Batman lurks in the dark like a shadow, but his sidekick Robin practically glows like a neon sign. Why would the Dark Knight's sidekick dress like a traffic light? Hit like and subscribe for more superhero secrets and comic book stories. Red, green, and yellow, not exactly the colors you'd expect from someone fighting crime in the shadows of Gotham City. But that's exactly what Robin wears. And it's what we've come to expect for most versions of Robin. Jason Todd is given the exact same costume as Dick Grayson. Tim Drake's costume uses the same colors with a few sensible changes, like long pants. Stephanie Brown's brief time as Robin had a slightly different tunic and a headband. When Batman's son, Damian Wayne, becomes Robin, he added some sections of armor. And sometimes a sword. In The Future of the Dark Knight Returns, Carrie Kelley also wears Dick Grayson's classic-style Robin costume. In Batman Beyond, Matt McGinnis wears the same colors. Even Jarro, the psychic starfish grown in a jar, wore a similar costume when he became Robin. So many different Robins, but the thing they all have in common is the yellow, red, and green color scheme. In fact, if Batman's sidekick isn't wearing the iconic colors, they probably aren't Robin. Just because all the Robins wear the same colors doesn't explain why the green, red, and yellow scheme was chosen in the first place. Robin's costume first appeared in Detective Comics 38, designed by legendary artist Jerry Robinson, whose name might sound like the origin of Robin's name. But it wasn't. In various interviews, Robinson explains the costume and character were based on Robin Hood and illustrations by N.C. Wyeth. In terms of storytelling, Robin's youthful and energetic approach is meant to be a contrast to Batman's grim and intimidating look. While Batman is dark, mysterious, and scary, Robin is the light in the darkness. A symbol of hope, optimism, and agility. It was also designed to appeal to younger readers. In the 1940s, Batman was popular, but Robin made the books explode in popularity. Kids could see themselves in Robin. He was the sidekick they could imagine being. And the bright costume? It made him stand out, not just in Gotham, but on the comic book shelves. None of that explains why, in the Batman stories, Robin can get away with such bright colors on his costume. Several ideas have been presented in the comics. Dick Grayson once told Barbara that the pixie boots and shorts makes bad guys underestimate Robin, giving him the element of surprise. It might work, the first time. Jason Todd has a different opinion when he says Robin is meant to distract criminals. With thugs focused on the flashy kid flipping through the air, they don't notice the 6-foot shadow creeping up behind them. It's similar to the idea behind Batman's yellow symbol. It's risky, but a calculated risk, and one that plays into Batman's strategy of control and misdirection. But it does put Robin in a lot of danger. That would be to suggest that Batman picked the costume. Dick Grayson, the first Robin, was just a boy when he lost his parents. Having worked in a circus, Dick was used to brightly colored costumes like the ones his parents wore as the trapeze act, the Flying Graysons. If Dick picked his own costume when he was really young, grieving from the loss of his parents, maybe he chose the bright colors and short pants. In Batman, Dark Victory, Bruce is surprised by the color scheme of Robin's costume. He asks him what he is wearing in a somewhat shocked way. And, in a recent journey to Mount Olympus with Wonder Woman, Batman is hit by a bolt of lightning. As he's recovering, he makes a startling confession. He says that he let Dick Grayson pick his own costume and was surprised as everyone else that Dick went full circus. So after all, maybe the answer is simple. Why is Robin's costume so colorful? Because a small boy wanted lots of color to remember the parents he had just lost. So what do you think are Robin's costume? Have the changes over the years reflected the different characters behind the mask? Is it too outdated? Was Batman right to let Dick pick his own costume? Thanks for joining us to the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments.